What's up, YouTube? We got a very special treat today. Ooh, I can't wait to show you guys what it is. So, Fiddlover here sent me. Let's go see what it is. So, the first thing is, gotta open it up. Let's see what we got inside. Let's cut this baby up. Be very careful. Probably shouldn't be using scissors to open this, but you know. Aha. Ooh, box within a box. You think there's a box in this one? So, gotta open these carefully. Oh, I was right. Inside another box is another box. So they were really protective over this, which is good. You don't want something that's very poorly packaged, because then you don't know what you're gonna get. We're almost there. I feel like I can use this tubing if I ever want to travel with it. It feels pretty sturdy. It doesn't feel like it can get bent or anything like that. Let me stab this very carefully. All right, we're almost there. Inside of packages, another package. Okay, now we're at the bow. Oh yeah, look at that. Covered in bubble wrap, which is perfect. Okay, now I don't think I should use a scissors. Ooh, here it is. All right, gotta be careful with this tin. Let me open this up a little bit more. That should do it. Oh my gosh, look at this design right here. Look at this. There it is. Look at that. Absolute beautiful craftsmanship. I always like when they put extra attention to the gripping side here because there's so much room for it to look so much better. And I've seen a lot of bows where it's just really plain basic and uninteresting, but here you can tell they really wanted their bows to have a unique look and design. Oh, and it comes with a cloth right here. You can almost not tell because it just looks like packaging. They know about the rosin thing. So when you're rosining your bow, it gets everywhere. And they know, if you want to take care of it, that you gotta have a cloth. This will be nice, especially if you want to get like your dirty fingerprints off right here on this side of the frog where it's all metal. It's a great place for fingerprints to be. It looks great outside the box. Look at that, look at that. It's real Mongolian horsehair. Oh, it looks absolutely beautiful. I also love looking at the tip of the bow. Very smooth, very clean. And that stuff matters. Every piece of the bow has everything to do with the sound and how you play. Has to do with the balance, has to do with the length. And this is just beautiful, guys. Look at that. I'm trying to get a good angle here. There we go. All right, let's get rosining this thing up because this bow won't do anything if I glide it against the strings. I got my rosin right here. So we'll tighten it up a little bit right here. So, fun fact, the wood on this bow can get loosened and tightened. Oh, and this tightens just so smoothly. It's not too smooth where you can't control where it stops. There's nothing worse when you're trying to tighten a bow and it's barely moving. This one moves just great. And it has a perfect stopping point where I can stop that it doesn't slip or anything like that. It's very nice. Not a single hair strand popping out. A lot of new bows, especially if you're ordering them from online, it's very precarious about this side right here where like little strings can pop out and it's kind of like not really well done. Every single strand right here is perfectly in. So we'll definitely time lapse this as I rosin the bow. So I try to not only just rosin the very front, but also some of the sides, because you don't always play with the bow perfectly straight onto the string. Sometimes you'll do it at an angle to get slightly different articulation or sound or dynamics. So the whole thing has to be coated. I think that might be good. That didn't take as long as I thought, which is good. So let's give this a test drive, shall we? All right, let's get a bass. Let's try the first note. I always love trying the E string on this thing first because if you get that nice fat growl, you'll know it's a good bow. Moment of truth. Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised that as soon as my bow touched the string, I got sound right away. Sometimes it takes a second, but this, yes, absolutely. They say the bow has much to do with the instrument as the instrument itself. A good instrument and a bad bow, it won't play well. But with a good bow, the fact that I can just get a really quick articulation. So the worst thing about playing bass sometimes is it takes the sound forever to get out to the audience. And there's nothing worse when you glide your bow across a string and it takes a second for the sound to come out. And that's not the case here. I only rosined this for maybe like a few minutes and it's already giving me a powerful sound without getting too scratchy. Doesn't hurt to do too much tremolo. You know, doing tremolo on a bass is really hard because the bow is so heavy. This bow's not too heavy at all. Has just enough weight where I can feel like I can dig into the string, but it's not too much where I can't. Like I can still hear the quality of the note when tremoloing. The first note you heard, that this is literally the rosin of the bow touching the string for the first time. And already, nice grip articulation. It's got a nice bounce. String crossing's pretty easy. Love the weight of this bow. It's not too light where I can't dig in, but it's not too heavy either where I feel like I get tired when I play this bow, which is really nice. And again, the craftsmanship, this is my favorite part over here. Just like, look at that frog. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful work. Look how clean that looks. Just absolutely gorgeous. I already feel like it's bringing out a different tone in on my bass compared to my other bows. So the other bow I was using was a carbon fiber bow, and I think it was actually more pricey than this one, and that was carbon fiber. This is real wood, and this is even more affordable. So you can get this for under 200 bucks. Which, to me, I think honestly is a steal for this much quality for a $200 bow. Like, I've seen bows way more expensive and they're not as good. Like, even right off the bat, I've been playing a lot, not a single hair came out. And I've already been playing quite a bit. And mind you, like, this is the first time this bow has been played. And I'm already digging in pretty aggressively into the bass. Not a single bow hair. Really big sound. I can push really hard and the bow's integrity is still holding up very beautifully. Didn't take me 5 ever to, rosin it up. Great sound right off the bat. You can get the sound to come out right away. So I record a lot in the studio, and a lot of the times I feel like I have to compensate by playing just slightly ahead of the beat, which doesn't really feel as comfortable just to get the sound to line up where I want it to line up. So the sound will take a while to come out with the other bow, but this one, you can hear it just starts right away, and I don't even have to overly put too much pressure on it. You can still hear the quality of the fundamental note where it's tremoloing. And that's always nice too, because there's nothing worse when you're hearing more scratch than actual tone of the note. And here I can tremolo, I can still hear the fundamental of this D, which is really nice. So I wanted to kind of compare it to my other bow here. So this is my old bow. This is the old carbon fiber one. I'll just play some notes so you can hear the difference. So here's the new bow, the Fiddlover one. More articulation, less scratchy. The notes speak a little bit more clearly. I feel like I don't have to press as hard, and I already have way more control with the weight of this bow. So here's the old bow. Yeah, like I'm working pretty hard to put a lot of pressure on it so the notes will speak. So if I put the same pressure as I do on the new bow, on this thing, I feel like it's just not gripping the strings like it should. And mind you, there's more hair on this bow than the other one, which is impressive. Yeah, like the balance, articulation, you can hear the fundamental. This is the old bow. I think there's a big difference in sound. It's scratchier, it's not as present. Like the other one has a warmer but more focused tone. This one more hair, lighter bow, but it makes it harder to play. And I'm all about like, can an instrument this big and this hard to play like feel easier? And sometimes it is the equipment. And so yeah, Fiddlover, thank you guys so much for sending me this bow. That was really fun to get to review and to try out. And yeah, I think that's going to be the new bow that you're going to hear in all my future videos. And I'm really proud of how it sings and how it just speaks without being too scratchy. And it's exceeded my expectations. Usually with online bows, it's always a gamble what you're going to get. And I feel like for this in particular, they did a really great job handling all the little things, and that you could tell like this bow was crafted by people who play, and I really appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for sending me this bow. Thank you guys for letting me try this. I really appreciate it. And yeah, go check it out online on fiddlelover.com. And the bass bow is B1174. Very good bass bow. So yeah, catch you guys in the next one.